I'm a boss woman. I just was out at my booth, doing my pop-up shop today, and I went to college.
Ain't nobody asked you nothing. You sound like you bourgeois anyway.
I believe that I can have a family one day. I believe that.
How many kids you got?
No kids.
Okay. You believe you can have a family? Okay.
Yeah, I believe I can meet my match. I believe that I can find
no,
someone that.
Roll it back now. No.
I'm sorry.
Don't do it.
I'm sorry.
Already starting off egotistical. Already egotistical. I'm a boss this, I'm a boss that. I just popped up my own booth. Who gives a F for real? Anyway, let's go back in.
We don't know what topic. That's one thing you don't.
I'm sorry. I'm getting people go to my page, my website, because I'm talking to you. So it's like, wow.
Why does a man need to be all these great and wonderful things other than a man?
Because I'm all these great and wonderful things.
Bullshit.
I am.
No, you're not. You're a normal, average, everyday woman. See, that's the problem. So many women pedestalize it. No, man. Where'd you go to college?
HBCU Lemoyne on College.
Okay, what makes you great and wonderful and in the top 1% of all women?
I am not in the top percent of.
So that means you're great and wonderful and all these things. What in your life makes you say that you're that?
I do believe I'm a great person.
Doesn't mean you're not. You can be a good person, but when I say it's so great and wonderful and everything else, go back to that cherry on top, and that's how you think of yourself, and that's why it's difficult for women like yourself to be with a man, because you always need to be above a man, and the men who are above you won't deal with you. Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money, so if he don't have no money,
you ain't fine enough for no money.
I'm not fine enough for money.
No. You're 6. You said you're 6, ma'am. You said you're 6. You don't get money. You get second shift at the plant. We're not supposed to be the attractive ones. That's your job. He needs to be attractive enough that you can look and have sex with him. If not, turn out the light. Go back in your family album. Go back and look at your family tree and show me how many movie star first leading men the women in your family married. They didn't.
I don't mean movie star level attractive.
I'm being facetious because it's to the point to where modern women, you want everything, and then even when you tone it down, it's still far too much. Nobody expects you to get with a troll. But come on, man. Why is getting with a man so complex? This is like calculus 3.
And it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't.
There is a person that I was dating that seems to be coming back around, but I don't really know if that's the case. I don't know.
Why were you engaged? You engaged twice?
I was engaged twice.
Somebody dropped to a knee, presented a ring in public, and asked you for your hand in marriage.
Yes, almost 3 times, but twice.
And who broke off the engagement the first time?
I did.
Who broke off the engagement the second time?
I did.
Why did you accept the ring the first time?
Because he was my best friend,
and that didn't stop after he gave you the ring.
Oh no, it didn't stop. But
so why'd you break it off?
Chivalry's dead because women killed it. Like it or not, here's the thing. You need to actually tune into the world and get out of your bubble. Because
I'm
like it or not,
bubble.
Yeah, you are, because I guarantee you, go into the comment section, you'll even have the women telling you what the hell you're talking about.
I mean, if they want to come up here and speak.
No, you don't invite people to my platform.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
You may be cute to other people.
I'm not trying to represent every woman on
but the thing is, you're talking about women should get respect. No, if you're going to say women should get respect, then you should submit to all men.
I don't think I should submit to all men.
Well, and then
see, and there's the problem. All women should get respect, but all men, should they? I don't know about all that. That ain't what I'm saying.
All right, I'm speaking to you now, and then you're replying to me with this. So, what should be my takeaway from this conversation? How is that supposed to motivate me to actually
slapping you in the what's
form a
supposed to motivate
balance?
you? Because first off, the reality, you got a criminal justice degree, and you're an average woman living with your mama. Average women don't make $500,000 a year just because they want it.
But
Listen. If you study business, 80% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years.
So that was my
Most
stat.
people
I
have
was
to
right
go
about
through
that.
several businesses before
Again, I haven't seen this before. So yeah, we were on the same stat. 80% of businesses fail. Let's go back in.
have one at work, and they don't make all this. I want you guys to understand that our women have been told that through entrepreneurialism, they can all be boss chicks. And they're looking at very small people who have made it.
What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
Work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals,
my Johnny Gill ass. My, me.
Right.
Listen to this selfishness.
I'm proud. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish.
Good. Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're fine. Honestly, I'm more happy with women like you who are loud, proud, so we can identify you, so guys can just learn to just say, congratulate you, live in your truth and your power.
I will not die. I will guarantee you that.
Of course not.
Okay, so what? You got a college degree and no husband. Anybody can be a baby mom. It's like anybody can go to college. It is more important to be married than go to college, because most people have jobs. We got people who come into this country illegally, who surpass the people who've been in here for generations because they have family. You're alone as a single woman with a baby. Are you making over $100,000 a year?
I'm not.
Then, ma'am, you are doing it all by yourself. Would it not be better to have a husband and his mother and father and your mother and father and all of the extended family that comes along with nuclear families? Even if you were making middle class money, if you had 2 sets of grandparents and 2 sets of cousins, would it not be better?
Here's the problem, that you as a mother cannot talk to the mothers of the young girls and tell them anything about raising their daughters.
Right.
That's the problem. You can raise your son up right, but if the women cannot start talking to women about how they raise their daughters, your sons will have nothing to pick from. So if they have nothing to pick from the race, then what are they going to have to do? Go outside of the African American community, or marry somebody non-black? This is why this whole notion of mind your business for us doesn't work, because the boys have to have somebody to pick from.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not racist. I love all people. I am perfect.
I would rather mothers like you who are raising your sons start talking to mothers of the daughters and say, "Hey, my boy's gonna have to marry some. What you doing with your daughter?"
Now you know good and well that you can't talk to black women about that.
What is the issue?
The issue is where the money go when you die, bruh. You can't
Dude,
get around that.
where's the money gonna go? Hold on. Where's the money gonna go when a single man dies?
Where's the money gonna
go? No, don't do what a woman does.
I'm not.
Don't do what where is the money going to go when a single
to the probate?
Thank you. So hold on. If the money is going to go to the state to probate because you have no wife, it's going. What's the difference? It ain't going nowhere.
Okay, here's an issue that we're not gonna have, Kevin. I sincerely do not believe, and I'm looking at all these brothers. We are the commodity.
Okay, dude, I don't want. This is not a soapbox. This is not a soapbox. This is a place for the issue.
21. Why come on to the program with the bonnet on?
Facts.
Well, honestly, I'm comfortable. I could take my bonnet off. I know there's this whole dilemma with the bonnets and things. I don't know. I'm comfortable. This is me.
Okay, right. But you want a high value man. And my channel has almost 1 million subscribers and almost over 700, almost 800,000 on Instagram. And it's seen by hundreds of thousands of men, people, 20,000 people in here right now. And you think this is the best look for you for what you want as an outcome?
I mean, I've been sitting here watching your live. I could have sat here and combed my hair down and prepared myself, but this is, yeah, I think this is the best look.
And this is part of the reason why high value men, they care very much about how their women think.
I just would rather be alone than miserable with someone, because some of my friends or whatever who are in relationships, I see the ugly side of it.
I'd rather die alone than settle. You can't make this shit up.
I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying.
And here's the thing, sister. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. There's a whole industry that benefits off of black women being single and alone, because you may be a perfectly cool person to work with. You haven't been argumentative. You have not been loud, cursing. I don't think that's in you. But the sad part is your outcome is going to end up being the same thing as a ratchet, loudmouth, difficult to get along with. The end result is the same thing. Dog alone death. At best, you got to go adopt somebody else's children, because you could not come into cooperation with a man. How long have you been dating this person?
For about 4 months.
Is he wanting to get married?
Yes.
Did you guys start dating with the intention to be married?
Well, yeah, I am, but how can I, balance my work and my relationship?
Did you start? Okay. Did you start dating this man with the intent that I'm dating men specifically and solely towards getting married?
Yes.
You guys have had this conversation?
Yes, from the day one.
He wants to get married?
Yes.
And what kind of time frame does he want to get married?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really
not
sure that
I haven't had that. You haven't had the conversation. Cap.
Conversation.
Okay.
So you talk a lot.
No,
I'm getting to the bullet points.
Okay.
If you're dating with intention, you said I'm dating a man, and we got it clear that I want to be married, he wants to be married. The next question is at what time? Because in 4 months, if you didn't know from day one, why'd you go to day 2 or 3? Well, treating people like human beings. Do you say that most women today treat men with respect, like human beings?
I would say so, yeah. I think actually it's the opposite. To
Really?
me, it seems
how long
like...
How long have you been watching my program?
Like today? Tonight?
Period. How long have you watched my platform?
Not very much. I don't go on social media like that.
Well, then I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't be more wrong. I got an entire show of women. Go back and watch a broadcast about women complaining about even just smiling at men.
Okay, well, I can't speak on behalf of those people.
Well, that's the world.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is that in our current time, I think men are more of the problem.
Of course. Most feminists do. What's the problem with men? Unbelievable. Social media is a reflection of what already exists in people's minds. So reality television exists because people consume the content.
Right.
If these things weren't consumed, they wouldn't be made. Were your mother and father married?
They were.
Okay. In our community, how often do you see men getting actually taken care of or pedestalized?
Never.
That's why you don't see it on social media or reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got any siblings?
I do.
Cool. Any sisters?
I don't.
How many brothers?
Just one. But I will say this, Mr. Samuels, I grew up and I've seen a lot of things with my parents, my grandparents, and a few family members. I'm going to be honest with you. I suffer from anxiety.
This is what I do with my daughter. I do with her what's age appropriate, or if I feel the conversation is needed to be had. So if my daughter came to me,
what do you tell your daughter men are for?
I tell my daughter about what men are for, to be, providers, to be a support system, to be a companionship. I tell my daughter about men.
And what does your daughter see you mirror? What does your daughter see you?
You know what? And I'm guilty of that. Like, I sit
Thank
back.
you. Stop, breathe.
Right. I do think about that.
Breathe. Stop, breathe. Stop and breathe.
Yeah, sorry. I do.
Stop and breathe. Stop and breathe. You have told your daughter a bunch of stuff that you ain't living. And she's seen mama live a life off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Married.
What's more important? What's more important? School or marriage? You can't have both. Pick one. Which is more important?
That's a hard decision, though. Just given.
Pick one.
Marriage is more important.
Do you really believe that?
I feel like it is. Because I feel
well,
like
if you really believe that, if you really believe that, then you'll be prioritizing that in the way you talk to your daughter. I think you're saying that because you know it's probably the right thing to say, but I don't think you believe that.
No, I do believe it. I do believe marriage is like, because at the end of the day,
is it more important than going to college? Is it more important than going to college?
It's more, I feel like it's more important to go to college because not everybody goes to college.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking woman, average looking woman who's older, average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son.
Now she on her phone.
Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one.
This is why so many women are lost today.
Is it time to give up on the fantasy or the dream?
The dream to be married or what?
The dream that's keeping the dream is the reason you're single right now.
It's never time. I mean, we all have different times in life.
Really? How old are you again?
30.
What age is the time to give up on the dream?
There's people getting married 60, 80.
No, I'm talking about you.
Me personally, I'm not gonna give up because I don't think I'm really trying yet. So.
Why aren't you trying yet? What's the hold up? What's the problem? A lot of times it seems like, especially women, because you on the clock. Unlike men, you're on the clock.
Okay. But the bottom line today, the reason the dating market is the way it is today is because women have abused the free market system.
Yes.
You don't see your grandmother, your great grandmother's generation didn't have the problems modern women had. You're the most educated, the freest, the most liberated group of women that ever lived, and you're the most unhappy at all. Why? Because one, nuclear rejections, so entitled. In college today, the average man sitting in college with a woman knows that woman wants a man making 6 figures. They can't even date because today young women don't want men who are making average money. When's the last time you dated a man making less than $50,000?
I don't really ask people how much money they make.
You know who can get? You know why you don't have to? Because they got enough.
Yeah.
What you're showing, man, is the standard a black woman has for a black man to be married. You damn near have to be a god. Go back and man, we just had a conversation. You said you couldn't learn anything from it.
That's just a nice.
What'd your mother learn from your father?
Oh, well, a lot. My dad's I can't honestly tell you specifics, but how to be a wife and a best friend. And I just know my dad is very, very smart. He's a provider.
You got any siblings?
I have 2 sisters.
Are they married?
One is married and one is engaged. And this is her, I don't know, 3rd engagement.
It's not. I mean, I don't find this. I think it's kind of sad.
We do have a lot of tradesmen in this country.
Yeah, could you marry one of those guys?
I mean, I possibly could, but I don't typically find that attractive.
Well, then here's what you got. I don't care what you find attractive, ma'am. You're a 36-year-old 2nd grade teacher with exceptionally high standards, and you're only getting older. If you don't marry this man who's a provider and attractive, are you going to have enough money to last you from 65 to 85 when you retire?
At this stage, definitely not.
Let's say, how much money do you think you'll need to last for 20 years? 20 elder years.
Goodness me. I mean, I know you've talked about this a lot, but I haven't calculated it. I would just rather be dead, to be fair.
Because all right, so I'm Jamaican, so my upbringing is usually I was told like you don't give a man too much power because you end up in a position where you know.
So your mother and what'd your mother leave you?
I'm still with my mom.
Right, and what she got? What your mama gonna leave you when she dies?
Well, beyond the monetary stuff, it's just like
no, not beyond the monetary stuff. How many? You're an only child.
Yeah.
What is your mother going to leave you? Because she doesn't have a man.
To my knowledge, just life insurance, whatever policy she took out. That's
and that's going to be enough to live on.
No, I would never say that. No.
So in other words, your mama don't know what she's talking about.
It's not a perfect world. It's a matter of you ladies staying in your damn place and not leaving your relationships.
This is true, but I mean, men have to do the same though. In a sense.
See, what I want you to understand is this is the same bullshit verbal judo that y'all always do.
Mm-hmm. As far as like just
50, we have a higher than 50% divorce rate, but 8 out of 10 times women initiate divorce. Women leave relationships, not men. See, what I want you guys to understand is I just asked a very simple question. Which is better, going to college or being married? She knows being married and coming from nuclear families on both sides is better, but she can't say it because it would invalidate what she's doing. So she has to say, no, you need college so you can have a job in case a man leaves you.
That's also because, I mean, now we live in a time where you kind of need to have more to live a certain type of life. Right, like 50,000 now is different than obviously what 50,000.
You can't make this shit up.
Then.
No, what you need is 2 incomes.
Mm-hmm.
See, Black people have never had a lot of money, but the fact that I just asked you a question and you answered it the way you did shows that you don't know what the hell's going on. Mm-hmm. You don't have to ask the guy the kind of money he has because the men you typically date are older and have money.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, in general,
but my point is, men your age wouldn't have stand a chance with you because most don't have money. Thank you.
Right.
You don't want a hot box with the Godfather on this topic. I know too much.
She wasn't going to argue that point.
And if you don't provide it's not there.
I feel like it would be like old style parenting, like so maybe like the groceries or it's like stuff like that.
In other words, less than 10%.
Correct.
Less than 5%.
Wow.
So groceries so you really don't want to have I'm not judging, man, but groceries for you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine. 5-10%.
Sponsor.
Oh, I saw my parents do it. The man took care of mostly everything, whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money. She made over, 6 figures. All she did was
Your mother married to your father?
Yes.
Are they still married?
Yes.
Okay, you're not your mom. You're an independent modern woman, and you want to be a housewife.
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen.
Whatever kind of interaction you want to have with the man, do you currently have it?
Right now?
Yes.
No.
Are you in the process of getting it within the next 6 months?
Doubtful.
Then what you're doing isn't working, and you're almost 40. So you talk to your mother and where's your father?
Oh, my dad, they're still married.
Okay, but what I'm understanding is you're an attractive woman, but why no man?
The simple answer is, there's 2 simple answers, and I'm sure every woman and many men say the same thing: pickiness. The second simple answer is because a lot of the men that I actually really am interested in, like for real, it's not reciprocated.
You ladies are the ones that are wrecking your own homes. You ladies are the ones that are leaving. Men are doing what we're supposed to. Women are out of control today.
But I said that's why I said that's how we were conditioned to think, though. And I'm not discrediting that. That is 100% true.
Conditioned by whom? Conditioned by whom?
Women.
Conditioned by whom?
Just conditioned by the
by
family.
Whom?
I mean, if we're going to speak on a micro level.
I want about conditioned by whom? Men or women?
Women more so. You're
okay,
right.
Well then, ma'am, men can't do anything about that. You said that's who we condition, and I'm saying who did the condition?
Mothers,
grandmothers. Then don't say that's how we were conditioned. Say women conditioned us. Okay. And my point is, and I'm gonna let you guys know why I do this, because I need everybody watching. Our women would rather do this than simply learn how to get along with a man.
Facts.
No, I have no problem with that. That's the thing. I don't want you to think I have a problem.
Okay.
I really just want to know.
I would tell you that I say that because when I said get along with a man, and your expressions 15 minutes ago was just like, but if you're thinking you're going to be this business owner earning $500,000 a year, ma'am, let me ask you this. Serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 100%, what percent chance do you think you have for your hopes to come true?
75%.
So here's the thing, to be honest, let me be truthful for a second.
Yes,
and
please.
A lot of people don't agree with me. And I don't think that a lot of women that I know personally that have daughters, and people that I hear about that have daughters, are raising their daughters to be good women. They say the most stupidest things I've ever heard. Like, you need to get with a man is doing this, and and I'm like, well, what is she bringing to the table? What are you raising?
So who are you going to coach your boys to marry if this is going to be the women they have to pick from?
I have a saying when my sister makes fun of me. I told my son, I said, when you see a girl, when you start getting high school, you see a girl that you like, I said, make sure if everybody has, they say, free time, make sure you talk to the girl that's reading the book.
Did you hear the question I asked? What culture of competitive, successful men put women ahead of men?
I don't know that any do.
Because that's a formula for disaster.
Yes.
Putting women at the top is the sure way to crumble a society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the moral thing to do, if you want a society to continue, is to put who on top?
The man.
Right. So why play games with the thing that needs to be on top?
Listen, at at first, you know, you wanted someone to come on and say why they think you're crazy and they don't agree with you. But the more I sit here and the more I'm obviously listening and thinking about my own experiences, it's not a good idea to play those types of games.
That's why I have so many young women calling into my show, because you're their mother.
And I can accept that 100%. Because now that I've, you know, gotten older and kind of look back over things, most of the things that you have said, it's been true. But how do I undo a lot of the things that I have done? And that's
you have to own it. You have to own it first.
Right.
When somebody tells you something, hold on. When somebody tells you something, you don't say, no, this isn't it. No, that is it. And just like, here's the thing.
But that was
Listen. One of the biggest issues right now is at 47, you're still in a position, right, wrong, or indifferent, where you're still trying to salvage the bit of life you have left to get some happiness out of it. And the difference is, we had grandparents our age, they didn't have to do that. They were married for 20 plus years. The kind of men you're looking for are very rare. Women aren't rare. Cute isn't rare. What you have to offer the market, which is men, is in abundance. So the person who is rare has to pick. He can only pick one wife. Why would he pick a wife that was in this position when he can pick a woman who just has her mind right from the jump?
Okay, so when I'm thinking about my future husband, I'm thinking he's destined for me. So yeah. I'm not thinking,
Where'd you get that belief at? Where'd you get that belief from?
Right.
Where did I get that belief? I believe in, what is it? Law of attraction. You know, I don't know. I just believe that.
Law of attraction for women is Disney. Disney is the law of attraction. I seen it in the Disney movie. I read it in the Disney book.
To be honest, he wants peace, and I can be honest with you.
Does he want marriage or not?
Oh, I don't think that's something that he's thinking about right now.
Do you want marriage?
I do.
This is one of the main things you ladies do. You get anxious because you get into situations and describe men for what they are instead of what they want. If you want marriage and you're not sure if he wants marriage, it doesn't matter if he's high value or not.
Mm-hmm.
If your outcomes, if you want different outcomes, why are you dealing with somebody like that?
You know why? Because I feel like I can change his mind.
No, then don't get mad when you get disappointed.
I know.
You can't blame anxiety or men. One of you ladies try to change men and make them what they want. Men know what they want. Have you had therapy yet? No. I think it would be wise.
Why? To find a man?
Excuse me? To find a man?
Yes. That's why I need therapy to find a man?
No, you need therapy, period.
Well, there's
Why is that? Okay, let's stop right there. Seriously, ma'am. Why is therapy insulting to so many black women? Like, you're a woman. Why is that insulting to you?
No, I'm not insulted at all. I wanted to be a therapist. I was just asking, are you saying I need therapy to find a man?
Well, you need something. You need something. How about that? You need something, because what you're doing ain't working.
That's fair.
And what I'm listening to, ma'am, is a woman who's been engaged to my best friend, such and so forth. And you know all these things. And are you a Christian? I don't know if you are or not. I didn't ask. Huh?
Yes, I'm Christian.
Okay, then if you're a Christian, a woman's purpose on the planet is a man. Your job is to be a helpmeet. Go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. That's the commandment. See, we're the most Christian, un-Christian people. If black women actually acted like the Christians they say they are, a lot of this stuff would self-correct, because a lot of stuff you're talking about has no humility in it. You couldn't say I'm great and wonderful and all this if you really truly had an accurate estimation of your Christian self.
But we don't say that. We don't say it in the pulpit because the pastor got to keep the tithes and offerings coming. Men have been shouted down in the community so much, or even, I mean, you said you've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity with men. You've had an embarrassment of opportunities in relationships, and no man is good enough. But unfortunately, this is the dilemma for modern women because you guys don't know how to do relationship. And even in no man's land, you're still prioritizing foolish things like attractiveness and a man's provision ability. And you don't want to deliver anybody's children unless they are paying for you. It's insane to us as men. This is nowhere, you're not even close to offering a fair deal. And if you don't, you won't marry. And if you did marry, it doesn't sound like you'd stay. And if you did stay, you didn't sound like you would be the hell of that great to be married to. So it would be a crazy man who would do this because you might be a resentful woman. So it's like you're choosing to go the hardest way possible, a single solitary female. And you know you're not making that kind of money. This is what modern womanism and feminism has gotten you guys.
How confident are you that when your boys are of age to marry and have a family, that they're going to have suitable women to pick from?
Because I literally drill it in them. And then I try my best. Now, it's very hard because I have 4 children, but I try my best to carry myself in the way that I would want them to pick women, if I'm
okay. But what I'm saying is, I'm not asking about your boys or what you teach them. I'm asking you about how confident are you that they're going to have a decent crop of suitable women to choose from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because
do you think they will, or do you think they will not?
I think they should. I think they will.
Should?
I think
so
they
you
will.
think women? So you think women are training their daughters to be on your son's level?
I hope so.
How do I have my game?
Your game?
Yes. So basically,
women don't need women. Game is something for
men.
Confusing. And this is too long, but I will tell you this. Women like yourself are the women I would suggest working with matchmakers because you're looking for information and solutions, and it's still effectively like you're like a teenager emotionally. You don't need game. If you're looking to be married, are you a wife? Have you made yourself a wife and a such? And if you are you in the place to be found by men who are looking for wives? This whole notion of game, in a game, there's a winner and a loser.
No other group of men have to go to baby mamas to stay race loyal. Nope.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that for sure.
So in other words, you're already putting black men as stepdaddies for the race.
No, I'm not saying that they would need to.
No, you said that there's a split. Okay, no. For a black man who's a marriage-minded, marriageable, you said there's enough women. If there's enough women, we wouldn't have to split shit. We wouldn't have to age gap. We wouldn't have to go to baby mamas. We should have enough. Do we have enough single, childless, fit, cooperative women who are wives?
I believe.
Please substantiate that by the numbers.
Again, we're talking about men who can
fit, childless, cooperative. Go ahead.
And when I get into these relationships with men, I feel like I do so much and I'm so emotionally attached. And I feel like some of that pushes them away, especially the one I just got done dealing with. I felt like he was not emotionally intelligent. So when I tried to do things for him or try to show him that affection, he'd think it's weird.
Well, that's his problem. He gonna have to work that out, and he got his own journey to walk in therapy and stuff like that. If he can't appreciate a woman doing stuff for him, then that's his problem. Maybe deep down he don't feel like he deserve it. So if he feel like that, or maybe he just came from a culture or a family where it wasn't a whole bunch of appreciation being shown. Everybody's fending for themselves.
Man, go back and listen to this sector because I think you're not really paying attention. But people in the comment section are listening, and you're answering because it just shows that the sister code is so strong that y'all seem to have a problem just being real. The answer is, I'm raising my boys right, and I truly, in my heart of hearts, hope that women are raising their daughters right. But what I see is riffraff and this and that. And I ask you, well, what about when your boys are of age and they're out of process and it's time, and they come around and they're seeing adult women that are saying riffraff? What you gonna tell them to do? Are you gonna tell them to pick from that riffraff?
No.
Then what's the alternative?
Keep looking.
Keep looking for who?
keep looking for the woman that
Oh, I got a question for you. Would you be mad if they brought home non-black women? You come in talking about what you deserve, and it really comes down to you. And as an only child, there's something called only child syndrome. Only children tend to be very selfish. And that's what's kind of showing through right here.
I haven't seen this before, but yeah, me and Kevin pretty much on the same page. Let's go in.
It's not cute. And I'm asking a nice way, and instead of saying, you know what, you're right. I probably should have excused myself, taken it out, and presented myself in a better light because, hey, hundreds of thousands of people, 20,000 folks, let's have the conversation. But I'm comfortable. It's all about me. What value is a selfish person in a relationship to anybody, much less a high value man?
Thank you.
That's a question.
Ask it again, please.
And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone. Straight up. I'm gonna make a proclamation. You've heard the black women are the most educated. In that stat, what it really means is you're most enrolled. So I'm going to say you're the least married, but I'm going to also say you're the most engaged. You're the most engaged. I don't meet another group of women who've been engaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Right? It is not uncommon to meet a black woman who's 40 years old and has been engaged at least a couple times. It's very common. And I'm talking about full out engagement. Man drops. That's not cool. Because at the end of the day, you're not getting the outcome you want because your life is supposed to mean something. And at 38 years old, what's your life going to mean if you go through it by yourself until the grave?
Filter.
I mean, it's not just me, but yeah. You can laugh
another one.
But damn
it. Oh, God damn it. Make this shit up.
Okay.
God damn it. I'm laughing, man, because have you watched this since the beginning?
It's funny.
Have you been watching this since the beginning? Ma'am, stop. Have you been watching this since the beginning?
I can say here and there.
Oh, God damn it. This is why your godfather undefeated. I told you, the realtor, here she is. Extrovert, attention seeking.
I don't see what's
hopeful, optimistic.
I really don't see
this. Oh, God. God damn it.